Hello, Professor, and welcome to my presentation. I am Melissa Olier, and today I'm going to talk about my penguin book, Crime and Punishment. Crime and Punishment was written by the Russian author Fyodor Dostoevsky, and it is considered as one of the greatest achievements in Russian literature. I personally found three different major themes in this book, such as poverty, loneliness, and regret. Let's talk a little bit about the plot. Our protagonist, Rodion Raskolnikov, is going through a really bad patch because he is penniless, he is no longer studying, he used to be a college student, and he used to work sometimes as a teacher, but he found that work really unpleasant, so he quit it. And right now he is also unemployed. And he is isolating himself from the society, which is making him sick. However, in his mind, he is planning to commit a terrible crime. He wants to kill an elderly moneylender who he owes money to, Elena Ivanovna. But at the beginning of the book, this was just a strange idea in his mind. However, he thought about the crime a lot, and he decided to go to Ivanovna's house with the excuse of having to pawn something, but he actually wanted to check everything to make sure everything is okay before committing the crime. And after the visit, he received a letter from his mother, because he lives in St. Petersburg, but his nuclear family live in the countryside of Russia. And in the letter, his mother told him that his sister Dunya was going to marry a older lawyer, Petrovich. And Raskolnikov didn't actually agree with that marriage because he thought, and he was right, that his sister would marry the old man because of money and not because she was in love with him. So Raskolnikov decided to commit the crime in order to have the money to help his family, and so his sister doesn't have to marry the old man anymore. And he killed both the old moneylender and her sister. However, after committing the crime, after having committed the crime, he started to have feelings about it, because Raskolnikov wasn't just a murderer. He wasn't a stone-cold-hearted man. He actually was very intellectual and moral. But poverty, which is another major theme, poverty made him think that he had no choice other than kill the old woman and rob her. And regret, because, as I said, he started to have feelings about what he did, of course, because regret is human. And loneliness, because Raskolnikov was very solitary man. He started to isolate himself from the society, as I said, because he felt as a failure, and in his mind he didn't need anyone to talk to. However, we all need someone to talk to, and because he was lonely and solitary, he started to think that what he wanted to do, the murder, wasn't that bad. In his mind, it didn't sound that bad. However, after he did it, he regretted. After all, Raskolnikov decided to confess his crime, and he spent time in a prison in Siberia. So poverty, loneliness, and regret. Poverty, because Raskolnikov was poor, and he thought that he had no choice, that his only opportunity to have money and to solve his problem was by killing the old woman. Loneliness, because he was a solitary man and he had no one to confront with, so he thought that what he was going to do wasn't that bad. And regret, because after he did it, he actually regretted. Indeed, he confessed. So I personally enjoyed a lot this book, and I would recommend it because it made me think a lot about what someone can do to solve his problem, and what loneliness can make you do, what poverty can make you do, and how regret is a human feeling. Because we all do things that we regret after all. We are human beings and we make mistakes, but in Raskolnikov's case, his mistake was too big. So he had to confess and he was punished. So the crime and the punishment. He committed a crime and after that he was punished. So this was my presentation. I hope you really enjoyed and thank you very much for your attention.